Hi, everyone. I'm Jeannie from Liquitex. Happy to have everyone here joining us again for a Halloween-inspired artwork. We're coming a little early to get everybody in the mood. As Ash said, the class is going to be recorded. Follow along or watch the recording later, but it's all about having an enjoyable experience. And I'm going to introduce the artist this evening is Timry Gold. And she will be using Liquitex Basics paint to create this Halloween trick-or-treat artwork. So enjoy, sit back, and I will be moderating the chat. So if you have any questions, let us know. Take it away, Timry.
Okay, awesome. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Timry. And just give me a little background on myself. If this is your first class with me, I am totally self-taught. I have never had an art lesson before. And so I've taught myself these kind of quirky ways of how I paint. And I'm going to teach you exactly how I paint and how I paint. And the most important thing is that when you paint with me, you never paint like this where you're trying to make, everything is really perfect. Nope, everything's real chunky. And if a little white gets in your orange, that's okay. It's like a little highlight. And so I'll teach you step by step. And let's get started. So I'm obviously a huge Liquitex fan. This is my secret sauce to all of my paintings. And let's just go ahead and get those paints on your palette if you haven't already done so. So I always like to start with 2 whites, and that way we always know like your whites always get a little bit dirty. So you have, we never want that to affect your work. So put out your 2 whites. Then we need to add a little bit of black, just need a little bit. And this background is purple, but I do love to do it as well, in like a light cream color as well. So if you want more of a neutral setting, you can use like a metallic gold or any color background. I'm gonna go ahead and do that festive lavender, but feel free to always choose your colors for like the background and stuff like that. Now, purple goes a really long ways, so you just need a teeny tiny little bit of that dark purple color because it will definitely, you don't want it too dark, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead, you just need a little bit of green, little hooker's green on there, a little bit of that cadmium yellow, I call it pretty yellow, bright sunshine yellow. And sometimes you'll have to please excuse me, I call them certain names, but I will definitely make sure you have your yellow oxide. I sometimes call this ugly mustard, but you'll need a little bit of yellow oxide as well. Let's see here. And then we need a little bit of burnt umber. I call it chocolate. Okay. So put a little bit of burnt umber on there. You don't have to put too much of this. You can always reload it because let's face it, we don't really use a lot of our paint, but just like a little squirt's perfect. What else we have? Oh, just a little bit of this beautiful turquoise color. And then Liquitex has like a bunch of reds. This one is the cadmium red medium hue. I call it orangey red because it's a little bit oranger. And then this one's like a little bit darker. And then the primary red really looks like it's hot pink. So anyway, you want to make sure you grab that more orangey cadmium red hue to it. And if you don't have this color red, you know what? Any of these will do. Okay, any of these will do, but this is what I use. Okay, I think I got all the colors. I just kind of threw these along here, right? Is that it? I think so. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move my flare for you. And I'm just gonna talk about the brushes really quick. So make sure you have your water. Now, I always like to use 4 brushes. This is my jam. And this is your largest brush. I call this the fatty brush. The next one's a little bit smaller. And Jeannie, you can also put the sizes in the notes if need be. I probably should know the exact sizes by now.
It's all good.
I'm an artist, so sometimes I get away with that. Okay.
Whatever's relatable. So we have all the information in the booking. So everyone knows.
So this is your largest brush. Your next one's a little smaller. That's your medium brush. Skip a brush, find your littlest brush. That's your baby. And then you have a brush that is in between your baby and your medium, and we call that the tween. Let's go ahead and change the camera. And we're gonna tap and puddle, tap, and puddle, and do a big puddle the size of a quarter. And I can see you guys on camera. So I see Kelly, my big sister from my sorority. Hey, thanks for your support still. So you're gonna tap, and puddle, and get a big puddle the size of a quarter. Now, I love to use this palette paper from Michael's, okay? But obviously you can use a paper plate or anything like that. Mine's obviously dripping down because I have it perched up for you, but get like a big puddle the size of a quarter, okay? And when you're ready, you're gonna go ahead and grab a chunk of white and zhuzh it in your puddle to get a watery white situation, okay? So if you're new, you definitely wanna have like your own watery white situation puddle. You don't wanna use all of your white, okay? So if you do have a little one painting with you, this is the right time to be like, honey, do your little puddle, okay? Do your little puddle, just like that, all right? Looks like we got a Melina and a Kathy with their peach flowers painting. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead, okay? And I'm always one to be like, you know what? Sometimes you just need to like sit up straight, take a deep breath, okay? Because you're here, you made it live, okay? That's an accomplishment in itself. You got your paints out. And let's go ahead and grab a little chunk of that chocolate brown, zhuzhy in your puddle to get a light taupey brown, a light taupey brown. Oh, are you talking about putting my face here?
No, I was just saying that they can't see
So-
you when you look.
Sorry. My assistant is telling me, put your face down. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Here I am, everybody. Here I am. Sorry about that. Okay. You know, we're just doing the best we can, always, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna get our light taupey brown, like so. And let's do this. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and put a dot right here in the middle of your canvas, just like that. Okay, you got this. Then you're gonna go ahead and cut that in half and cut that in half. Okay, yeah. Then you're gonna come over here and you're gonna draw like, it's like this. Oh, I'm gonna cut it in half here. Oh, I'm gonna cut it in half right here. Okay, breathing. Okay, breathing. This is also one where if you do have little ones, like you want to check to make sure that their dots are right in place, because that's just going to kind of guide them through the rest of the painting, and then you're good to go. Like, just let them paint. It's going to be okay. Okay. Tap a little water zhuzh. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to come up here between here and here. Let's go ahead and cut that in half. Ish. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're just going to trust the process. Just going to trust the process. Now, I like to hold my brush like this, okay? Because it's like we're an artist here on michaels.com, okay? And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to go like this. Look at from the top here in the corners. Like I'm just going to bring it like a little smile, okay? Like a little smile, just like that. Now remember, if you find that your paint is kind of like scratchy, okay, like you can't see, just let it go. It's fine. This is just sketch. Okay, this is just the sketch. So don't even worry about that. Okay. All right. Tap a little water zhuzh. Tap a little water zhuzh. Then we have this one here. Okay. We're going to go ahead and right about like here, we'll put like a little dot here, just like about so. Like about so. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and do another smile. Connect it to the middle dot. Okay. Connect it to the middle dot. And even if it's like maybe a little wonky like this, it's like, oh, maybe the air conditioning's on in your party and it's like waving a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Good
More
one.
authentic. Okay. All right. You're okay. Tap a little water. Now we're gonna go straight into our sorry, I've got siren going by. Okay, so we're gonna go straight into the letters. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna do the I. Okay, and you're just gonna go right next to this dot and you're just gonna bring it down. Okay, like let's just start with something easy. Okay, and make sure you have enough room. Make sure you have enough room. Then you're gonna go over here and you're gonna do the arc. Notice it's got a little cuteness to it. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna go right on that line and bring it with a little flare. Okay, with a little flare. And when you're ready, go ahead and do the T. Okay, go ahead and do the T. And I know that like letters can be a little tricky, okay? But that's okay. That's okay. It's Halloween and it's supposed to have like a little scary kind of quirky feel to it. All right. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to do the C. Now I like my C to kind of touch that dot because we have this like or situation. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right. You're okay. Go ahead, put your K. And it's like, here's my, oh, curly Q, hey. Okay.
Looking good.
And then we'll go ahead and we'll do a little oval and like our little baby R here. Okay. And just remember, like, I know I'm going kind of a little bit fast sometimes. I'm on a time crunch here. Okay. But you got this. And sometimes just kind of letting it go and using your own handwriting. You don't have to match my trick or treat. Even just using your own kind of font is perfect. Okay. Your friends are going to be impressed. Moving on. Let's go ahead with our treat. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of almost like where that dot was, if you can kind of see it, I'll go ahead and do my E. And my E is going to kind of go where that other dot was. And I know that my E is a little crooked. And that's okay. Okay. So if you're doing this at home and yours is a little crooked too, just take a deep breath and give yourself some grace and it's fine. It's fine. Okay. All right. Then we're going to come over here. Go ahead and do your R. Just like so. Then I'm going to come over here and like this. And we'll come over here and do our A. Just like this. And then we'll do our T. Okay. Perfect. All right. Breathing. Okay. All right. It's looking good. I see my little Sienna crew with some girls painting at a table. They're doing good. All right. I'm going to move on. I'm moving on. Okay. It's happening. Okay. So then it's time to come over here. So we have our witch's hat. Okay. And then obviously like this is black and this is black and you don't want them really touching because it's black on black and like that's not going to work. Okay. So you're going to come over here and you're just going to do a line like this. Okay. Just do like an angled line like that. And what's going to happen? Okay. Everybody's trick or treat is different. Okay. So like you do you. Let me show you how I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to take it and I know that from here, I can go down like that and make a little triangle. Okay. Now, this is the time, just remember, this is just your sketch. Okay. Like we're not married to this. It's okay. All right. So we're going to tap a little water. And if you feel like, gosh, my T is all the way over here, guess what? You could just like move your T over. Fine. Okay. So if you feel like you kind of have to move your T over, that's fine. And also, if that's not going to work out, we can add a little white highlight on your T and you're still going to be okay. You're still going to be okay. All right. Moving on. Now we're going to come over here. So right in between this E and the A, we're going to do a little dot. Okay. Right between the E and A, we're going to do a little dot. Jeannie, how am I doing on pace? Do you feel like we're doing good or should I slow down a little bit? I think we're doing good.
I think you're fine. I think you're doing because you're framing everything out. And we said there was a lot of lettering. So this was going to probably take the most amount of time. So we are good.
Okay, great.
Amanda said she's doing well.
Okay, well, Amanda's doing well, so I appreciate that compliment. All right, so now we're just gonna take that and we're gonna do almost like a little sweetheart top and bring it around. Okay, so I'm doing like, oh, a little sweetheart top, bringing it around. Okay, trusting the process, everybody. Breathing. Then we're gonna come over here, and this one, I'm gonna do a little dot like up here, like by my teeth. Okay, and we're gonna go like this. Look at, we're gonna bring it, we're gonna go like, bring it around and around like that. So I'm going like this, like, whoa, I'm going over my A and my T. And even if you go off the page, okay, look at you being creative. That's okay, all right? So you can bring it around like this, or even if you go off the page, nobody cares. Okay? Just let it go. You're painting, all right? You're just painting. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go like this. I'm gonna do 3 little humps like that. Because it's just gonna work out better for everybody when we do the pumpkin, okay? All right, when you're ready, you're just gonna take it and go like this. Hold your brush like this, okay? Just hold your brush like this, and you're just gonna like, okay, hey, 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 hey. Don't worry about your hat. We're gonna freestyle that later, okay? So like, hey, 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 hey. Put your brush in the water, okay? Breathe, and grab your fatty brush, okay? Grab your largest brush, everybody, tap a little water. And I normally don't mix on my palette for the Timmery technique, but this time we're going to, because I really want you to have a really light, pale lavender color. And that purple is so strong on the basics Liquitex that I'm just gonna teach you how to use it properly, okay? Or, I mean, there's no proper way, just to make it cute, okay? So I'm gonna take my white, move it to the side, okay? Move it to the side. It's gonna drip everywhere. Then I'm gonna grab just a tiny corner of that dark purple. Careful not to grab black, okay, because it's that dark. Then I'm gonna mixy to get a beautiful lavender color, okay? And you're like, oh, that is such a pretty color, okay? This is where you just kind of have to take moments and be like, wow, that is such a pretty color. Really is. I'm really more of a pink person myself, but I can really appreciate a good lavender.
It does. It looks great. And one of the things we have to say is that purple, Dioxazine purple, is quite heavily pigmented. But if you want to go a little bit darker, just you could do any other color, but that's what we're suggesting for this project to bring.
Yeah, and the reason why I am going lighter is because I really want our trick or treat to pop. So that's why I'm going a little bit lighter. So I want it to be to pop. But yeah, you do you. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually not going to put, I got my lavender on my brush, but I'm just going to tap a little water. Okay. I'm not washing it off. I'm just tapping a little water. And the reason why I'm doing that is because you want it kind of watery. So when you start painting, you can still see your trick or treat. Okay. You can still see your trick or treat.
I was wondering how you were going to get through that.
This is the secret, Jeannie. Okay, we're gonna water down our Liquitex.
I know typically we don't, but this is actually a really good because you still have that little transparency.
Yes, so you definitely, and that's honestly, I do love these paints because there's, I mean, you can go chunky with it, or you can just add a lot of water to it. Okay. And honestly, you guys, even if you don't see the transparency, you're going to be fine. That's why this trick or treat was like a practice anyway. So you're going to be okay.
But I like that it still has the pigment in it. It's still, you can still see the purple in it.
Totally. Yeah. And this is like light purple too. So we put a lot of, and also if you feel like, oh, well, it's turning kind of like brown for my trick or treat, like the brown's getting in it. Well, look at you having a vintage feel. Okay, maybe yours is more like a vintage trick or treat look. Okay, so just embrace it. let it go. Let it go. Like yours is more like vintage section, you know?
It's very forgiving, your painting style. So everyone, it's not about being stressed. It's about enjoying the painting experience.
That's right. Okay. So,
Great.
so this is the point where like, I know I go pretty fast on my background. This is where you're going to get that confidence. You're like, yeah, I'm not ready, or I'm trying to go around the A. This is where you're going to tap a little water, okay, and just let it go and get it done, okay? It's like, do. Yeah. You're stepping outside the box for those perfectionists in my class, okay? And otherwise, you know what? You can always, pause me or, go at your own pace, okay? Always go at your own pace, but I'm going to move on, okay? So let's go ahead and wash it good, okay? So go ahead and put your, actually, we don't need to use this brush again. We're going to go ahead and grab our medium brush, okay? And we're going to grab our medium brush, tap a little water, and we're going to go ahead and zhuzh that beautiful, bright cadmium yellow. Okay, that bright sunshine yellow. Okay, get it. Push it, move it, get it good. Okay. And I'm going to grab that big chunk of that bright yellow. Like, you guys, look how much yellow I have. Okay, like it's a chunk. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a little chunk of that orangey red. Then I'm going to grab a chunk of that yellow oxide. So you're like, wait, what am I doing? Okay. Taking a breath. You're going to grab some of that bright yellow, that yellow oxide, ugly mustard color, and some bright red. And you're just going to chunk, chunk, chunk. Okay. When you're ready, just going to wipe it off. Okay. And you're going to trust the process. Just wipe it off. Okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Then you're going to take it and watch what I do. I'm going to follow my brush strokes going around like this. Look at that, head's turning orange. Okay, so look at, I'm gonna go around, and your brush goes two ways. So look up here, class, just really quick. Okay, your brush can go skinny, and your brush can go fatty. Okay, it's like skinny. So I'm gonna take it, I wiped it off, fatty position, and I'm like this. Boom, right here. Boom. And then I'm just gonna pull it down like a pumpkin. And you're going to get a little yellow and you're going to get a little red, and it's like a highlight and it looks great. Okay. Then you're going to take the corner of your brush. This is where I'm going to zoom in, Jeannie. Okay.
Sounds good.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So I have so much paint on my brush still. I'm going to use the corner of my brush. And I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to push it like that and bring it in. Okay, hold on, it's a little blurry. And do you see when I painted, it goes like this, and then I pull it down, okay? Then I pull it down. Then, hold on, I'm gonna grab my paints. I'm gonna go back here, sorry everybody, the focus here. Okay, then we're gonna take our brush, okay, and I'm gonna grab just a tiny little corner of, I'm just gonna grab a tiny little corner of that chocolate brown. Okay, tiny little corner of chocolate brown. Tiny, okay, tiny. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do my little sweetheart. Oops, maybe I need a little bit more. Sweetheart, sweetheart, and kind of pull it down. Like so. So you kind of have that little pumpkin feel, okay? Pull it so you have that little pumpkin feel there. Some of you might be like, mine looks like a big tomato because you use a lot of red, okay? And so you can add a little bit of like yellow to that later because right now it's so wet, okay? Then you're not gonna wash your brush. You still got that kind of orangey color, brownish color on there. You're gonna grab a little corner white. And when you're ready, You're gonna do the same technique over here. I'm gonna go a little closer. So I got the white, and I'm just gonna push it around, and then when you paint it in, it kind of has that pumpkin feel. And then that white highlight shows up right next to that pumpkin, okay? Then you're gonna take your corner and we're gonna freestyle this, going over your E and the A, push it. And remember, you can always add some white. Like if you feel like you need to add more white, great. Okay. Or if you need to add more red, great. You do you. You're an artist. Okay. Or you want to add a little shadow in there. No big deal. But meanwhile, you're like, dang, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Let's go ahead and washy and put your brush in the water. Okay, darlings. Let's go ahead and we're going to grab our tween brush. Remember, pumpkins are organic. You know, you never really have that perfect pumpkin. Okay. Unless these are like, you know, we bought these at Michael's, right? They're fake. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our tween brush and zhuzh the black. Push it, move it. Okay. Tap a little water, push it, move it. I say push it, move it because I want you to get like good paint on your brush. A lot of times you just don't have good water and like you want to use a lot of paint on your brush in this situation. Okay. So let's go ahead and with confidence, I want you to see my brush strokes on how I paint this in. Okay, we're going to do the hat. We're just going to strictly go over the lines. Boom, boom, smile, grab some paint, fill it in, and we're done. Okay, what happens a lot of times are people are like, oh, I'm coloring this in. Okay, no. Boom, boom, color it in. Tap in a little water, grabbing some more black. Then we have our big rim. So I'm going to take it, freestyle, and just pull it out, bring it in. And look at it. Oh, it's off the page. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Breathing. Okay, breathing. All right. Now it's time to do our trick or treat. And I'm going to use the tween brush. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to grab our tween, tap a little water, and grab the black. Okay, and this is where everyone's going to kind of, I'm not going to say go at your own speed, okay, but you're going to kind of follow my lead, but just know if you're feeling that confidence in your trick or treat, great, go ahead and write your trick or treat right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and for some reason, I kind of like to start in the middle, kind of like just how I traced it. But you can also add, see how this is just a straight line? You can also add like, oh, just those little added extras kind of to your font. Really makes it like you purchased it at Michael's and not some discount store. Okay, so these are the little moments where you're like, oh, I splitched. Okay. Yeah. And just go ahead. And also, I'm actually pushing kind of hard with my brush. Okay.
You could, Tim, I was going to say that because you are using the flat end of it because you're getting your.
So let me go ahead and I will come a little closer.
Yeah, that would be good.
No problem. So the key to using this brush is I'm using the fatty position of it and I have a lot of paint. So I'll kind of start here and I'll push it. And I like to reload and bring it down. Okay. And if your paint is a little bit scratchy or if you're not getting a really easy flow to your paint, that means you need more water on your brush and more paint. Okay. So you never want it to be Do you see how it kind of gets scratchy like that?
Mhm.
You don't even want to be in that position because we don't have time for that. So just always have a good push on it, okay? Now, if you feel like you can see your trace in the background, like if you feel like you can see, sorry, hold on a second. What's going on here?
Just a little blurred.
Oh.
Okay, we're back.
You guys, that's because I'm touching my camera and I've got paint on my camera lens. And so it's like, you know,
tricky.
Just figuring that out, everybody. Okay. But we're okay now. Okay. So let's go ahead and add those flare with that little, those little accents like that. Okay. Obviously mine was getting a little scratchy right there. That's okay. You can always go back if you don't have that water on your brush.
Timmy, as you're filling in your letters, I'm seeing on the chat, everyone's having a really good time. And I just wanted to tell everyone, obviously, thank you, Ash. She's putting some information in the chat. For those of you that are feeling that you want to just enjoy Timry's painting, it's being recorded, this class, and you could see it within 24 to 48 hours at michael.com/classes. But we also want you to give Timry feedback. So at the end, after we look at everyone's artwork, I see people are saying, yeah, they want to be part and paint more with Timry. So you could follow her at Timry, and then your website is timry.com, and you are doing, someone mentioned about her paint club. So yeah, I would encourage you to, we're grateful that Michael's allows us to have this, this wonderful platform to see all you and bring you artwork. When you have the end of the session, there'll be a survey. Fill that out for us, gives us great feedback. Let us know what else you'd like to see. You want to see Timry some more, which we will continue to bring you because we're all having such a great time. So thanks again for joining, and your letters are looking lovely.
Awesome.
And
what
we're
a
at
treat.
halfway.
What a treat. Thanks, Jeannie.
We're at halfway. So
okay, good. Yeah, we're busting through this. So yeah, so when you get to this point, you might be getting like a little orange in your black, okay? And so you just kind of need to add more paint to your brush, and then just try not to push too hard, so that way the black is just kind of skimming over your orange, like so. And then yeah, just go ahead and go right over those pumpkins right there. Then we can go ahead, once you've gotten that done, we're gonna go straight into, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and wash our brush, everybody. We're gonna wash our brush. So once you've done that little trick or treat moment, let's go ahead and wash our brush. And you wanna wash it pretty good because we're gonna be using white. So we're gonna use our tween brush again. And if you can go ahead and dry it on your towel so you don't get that black in it. And let's go ahead and pick up some white. Nice little bit, and even if it's a little gray, that's okay. Okay, it's Halloween, it's supposed to look a little spooky. And let's fill in our little skull. So I didn't really kind of teach you how to do this. I just said put an oval. So just go ahead, you're gonna do a circle. And then I just simply pull it down like this. So I do a circle, and I just pull it down. And then while you have that white on your brush, let's go ahead and just do a little highlight right here on our hat. And I'm just gonna and again, watch, I just one brush stroke, boom, like this. Okay. And you're like, wow, that was really aggressive. Okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So this is maybe just a learning experience of how to blend something when it doesn't work in your favor. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and wash our brush. If your highlight was as big as mine. And so I'm just going to grab some more of that black. Okay. I'm going to grab some more of that black. And look at, you could just literally.
There you go.
Take it like that. And honestly, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Now you kind of have that little gray feel. And we're like, wow, you are, didn't know.
It looks like it was intentional. It looks good.
Totally. Yeah. So a little, I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Now I'm like really adding that little highlight down there.
Yeah. You're on a roll.
That's the great thing about basics, Jeannie, is that they're so forgiving.
It is.
You know, but that's actually true, you guys. It's actually true. I've been using them since honestly, I've used these ever since college, and I've used the same paints.
You're a loyal artist.
I'm a loyal customer.
We appreciate
not
it.
to date myself. It's like over 20 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, let's not date ourselves. But you
Let's not go there.
Let's not go.
Okay.
But the paint does have a lot of virtues, and the pigment load, and you're right, it's really forgiving and easy to work with.
Yeah.
And it's not just for beginners. So like those of you can see, Timmery's been painting for 20 years. So you can see this is a paint that you should keep in your tool, in your artist, tool shed or library or whatever, studio. So.
And honestly, let's face it, you guys, it's a great price point. Okay, it's a great price point, and especially when you get your Michael's coupon, you're golden. Okay, and then this is the whole point, is so that you can be painting more. Okay.
Well, you know what? Michael's is changing some of their pricing, but it's still a great value.
It is. It's my favorite.
Liquitex Basic is a wonderful value. So we stand behind our product. So if you ever have any issues, you contact us. I doubt that you will, but we're happy to have Timmery painting with us and showing us the virtues of basics.
Okay, so let's go ahead and wash our brush. We're going to go ahead and grab our tween brush again, and we're going to zhuzh that beautiful dark green color. Push and move it. Push it, move it. Okay, so I'm going to zhuzh the green. Then I'm going to grab a chunk of that pretty yellow and a chunk of white. So we have green, yellow, and white on our brush all at the same time. We're not going to mix it together. And I'm going to take it, and again, I kind of have to like sit up straight, right? Like I sit up straight, and I hold my brush like this, and you're just going to take it and kind of just like pull it down, push it, wherever that little point was where you did your little sweetheart. Now, if it's behind your T, no big deal, just move it over. It's fine. Okay, I'm just going to push it down. I'll kind of blend it out here like that. Take a little bit more green, little yellow, little push, a little something, something right there. Okay, little yellow, little white, just like that. And then I'm going to grab just a tiny little bit of black. So I have that green on my brush. Let's just all just grab a little tiny bit of black. And we're just going to watch the difference. See how this has that little bit of shadow? I'm just going to take a tiny little black just to have that little shadow on it to make that difference. Okay. Now let's do a quick little curlicue on that. So grab your baby brush or whichever littlest brush you have, tap a little water, and we're going to zhuzh some of that green, a little bit of pretty yellow, little white. Now, when you use your baby brush, I like to kind of zhuzh it, and then you'll twist it to a point. It's called the zhuzh and twist, okay? Because you don't want too much paint on your brush. So I'm going to grab a little green, little yellow, little white, zhuzh and twist. And you're just going to go for it, okay? You're just going to go for it, and you're like this. And curly, curly, curly. Little green, little yellow, little white. Oh, and curly, curly. Just like so. Just like add a little green. Oh, it's like, oh, that's a leaf. Okay. Really, it's just to add a little color to our painting. A little color to our painting. Okay. Let's go ahead and wash our brush again. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our medium brush. Make sure it's nice and clean. I kind of lost mine. Oops, sorry, just struck the table. So we're going to grab our medium brush. It probably still has a little orange on it. And let's go ahead and zhuzh some of that beautiful turquoise color. Like an aqua turquoise. I got a good zhuzh. You see how I like really push it like that? And then I'm going to corner some white. And then all you're going to do in fatty position of your brush, you're just going to pull it over. See like this? You just pull it and pull it like a smile. Boom. And has that little white highlight on it.
Looks good.
Wash, wash it, wash, wash again. All right, my darlings, let's go ahead and grab our baby brush. We're going to do just some little details here. Okay. And we're going to grab our baby brush, tap a little water, and zhuzh that black again. And remember, like I said before, when we use our baby brush, I like to kind of zhuzh it, and then twist it so that way you don't have too much paint on your brush. So we're actually going to start with the R. Remember, reload your brush. As soon as you feel like you're not going to have enough paint on your brush, just reload it. Grab some more paint. And then when I outline something, you'll notice I'm doing it in one stroke. It's like almost like a, I was going to say a question mark. Kind of, you're just like, and question mark, and bring it around like that. Okay. Tapping a little water, and maybe yours is a little thicker, or maybe yours is a little bit thinner because you got too much white and it's more gray. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Then you're like, okay, 2 lines from my teeth, and I'm barely touching the canvas. Okay. Grabbing some more, and then I'm just gonna push it. So look up here really quick. I'm just gonna go like this, and push it, and push it. Okay, so you're not like, I'm trying to draw a circle. No, it's just I'm gonna push it, and I'm done. Done. Grab a little bit more black. It's time to do our face. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna take it, and it's kind of like a little crooked face to the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom in, everybody. I'm gonna zoom in here. All right. Figure this out. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna start by the T. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna focus it in a second, like that. And then I'm gonna come over here, push it. And if this is stressing you out, like you feel like I can't keep up, okay? Remember, you can just watch, and then you can do this later after the class if you feel like you want to do these fine details later after the class. So sometimes you feel like maybe you just need to watch, then trying to feel like you have to keep up. And then this is the fun part. I start over here, big smile. And I was like, oh, so spooky. Grab a little bit more. And I just kind of bring it up and up like that. Oh, so spooky. Okay. And or maybe you don't want to do your smile like that. You want to do something completely different. Great. Great. All right. Tap a little water. Shush. Take a deep breath because you just did that, and that was a lot. Okay, because we freestyled that. And to go in theme with Halloween, gets a little scary. Okay. So, and you can kind of go back and adjust it if you need to. Or maybe you just got the basic steps in and you can adjust it later. All right. Okay, darlings, let's go ahead and wash your brush. Okay. It's time to do our little polka dots. Okay. Now, I have a couple different techniques. Okay. And I'm going to allow you to, you do you. All right. So one is you want some clean white. Again, you're going to zhuzh and twist. And you just simply do your little dots. Okay. Boom. Or, okay, I mean, I feel like this is a trick I learned back in the day. You can use the back of your brush. Feel like I'm very 80s doing this tool painting right now and do it like that. Okay, and you're like, whoa, okay, you know. Maybe some are bigger, some are smaller, but that's the paper that they chose to do this, okay? It's like, you know, that's okay.
That's a clever little trick.
So I'm going to use the back of it, and then it's that way. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Zoom in here.
Yeah, I think people are enjoying your little tip.
And you
Gives
can
the
just go
dots.
ahead. And honestly, like this is pretty, it's kind of like just therapeutic to do, you know? So again, it's like you want it to look just right. You don't have to rush through all the dots. So like that's like that. This is like this. I do better with the brush because that's my jam. But sometimes switching it up and trying something new is kind of fun, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and, I mean, I wish I was like on the, like a Food Network where I could just take it out of the oven and my dots are done. But I'm gonna go ahead and just speed that process up. I'm gonna go ahead and just bust it out really quick. This can kind of showcase it how, you know, you can do it too. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do those dots really quick so I can move on to the next step. But just know that you definitely can do your dots later as well.
That's right. Right now it's 8:48. So I see that we're gonna just speed along with the dots.
We're just gonna speed around and it doop.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next part, Jeannie, because I do know that like I'm going pretty fast. So those at home are probably on the letter K. Okay, so moving on to that. Okay, so and in fact, you know what? Everyone just take a deep breath and do your dots later. Okay, and let's just move on to the next part. So that way you don't have to like stress about it, right? That's the whole part about doing these online classes at home. You really could just do whatever you want. Okay.
And they're being recorded, so you could take your time.
Exactly. So just do your dots later. You're fine. Because you want it to look really good, and we've been working really hard and I want it to be cute. Okay. Because you're going to be posting it on your social media. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's just take the leftover white and we're going to add little highlights on our little eyes here. Okay. Just like little highlights on our little eyes like that. And then we're going to wash your brush a little bit. We're going to grab a little bit more white and a little bit of ugly mustard.
Yellow oxide?
Sorry. Yes.
Nothing's ugly. They're all beautiful.
And we're going to do that little buckle. So let's go ahead and pull down that buckle here.
Nice.
Then we're not even going to wash our brush, just tap a little water. We're going to grab a little bit more of that yellow oxide and a little bit of that orangey red, cadmium red, medium hue.
There you go.
Mix it together. We'll get that orange. Remember, like I said, when you use your baby brush, I really love to kind of zhuzh it and then I twist it. Okay. And then you're simply going to just do these little lines. And you're like, wow, I forgot about that whole part.
And nicely done, Timry.
Those little, oh, whoops, that turned black.
That's okay.
But that's okay. So here, in between here. Okay. Now, really quick, because I just want to show you this. If this happens to you and you get black, okay, don't try to put purple on it or try to put orange over it. Okay, that is a hot mess express. When it's still wet, all you have to do is grab a little towel and a little bit of water. Okay, this is just my dirty water. And look at how if I just go like that, it's off. Okay, so like don't worry for 2 seconds if that happens. Just wipe a little towel, take a deep breath. You're gonna be okay. All right, so a couple more things really quick. Let's go ahead and grab our medium brush. And again, you can go back to these little details. And let's go ahead and grab our medium brush and we're gonna do the little hay that goes down on the bottom there, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna zhuzh that yellow oxide. And I'm gonna grab a little chunk of chocolate and a little bit of white, okay? And again, this might be a point where I am going a little fast. So if you need to pause me if you're doing this in the future, great. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the straw. This is one of my favorite things to do. So you're going to grab, I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in. You're going to take your yellow oxide, white, and chocolate. Notice it's not even mixed on my plate, okay? I'm gonna take it, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna chunk it back and forth and do like X's. Okay, look at, oh, I'm going over the pumpkin, that's crazy. Okay, grabbing a little bit more of those colors, back and forth. And when you have those white moments and those yellow oxide moments and burnt umber moments, you're gonna love it and leave it. All those little highlights on there is what kind of gives it that cute texture and that feel of like you're a legit artist, okay? First of all, you just taking the time for yourself to do this right now is honestly a win, okay? So just the way, however your painting turns out, that's just a bonus of how good it is. You just taking the time to do this is awesome. Okay. Okay. So just some of those last little things to kind of pull your painting together is you can take your baby brush.
You just have to be able to change it to go.
Shows you a little black.
And if we
and you can add that little shadow in your buckle. That kind of gives it that little.
It's that button.
This one?
Not, but yes, that's what we will do.
So,
Yeah, looks like that might be Ash. We can hear you. Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my little dots here on my trick or treat. But this painting definitely kind of has some more detail work, like all the polka dots. It could be a little bit more tedious. Like I said, or Jeannie mentioned, I have a paint club where I teach other classes as well. So, and I have other classes on Michael's too, where you can have more like chunky paint, and there other classes could be a little bit more forgiving with it.
And also, Tim Marie has had other classes here on the Michaels platform. So if you want to go to the Michaels website, and if you go under fine art, you can see some of her other classes. And we've done a welcome pineapple. We did a beach scene. Last month we did lavender. We felt like we were in Provence. It was lovely. And now we're going to do trick or treat. And we have a couple more months, some really interesting things that we'll be bringing you with Tim Marie. So stay tuned. Once again, we're getting close to the end. So I just want to ask that we're glad that you participated, and ask that you share and stay in contact with Tim Marie, follow her, and give her feedback on your artwork. And also hashtag us and put it at hashtag Liquitex, hashtag make art with Michaels, and hashtag make it with Michaels. And then you could perhaps be in the gallery on the Michaels emails. So that'd be fun. So Tim Marie's going to continue to wrap up. I want to thank everyone for joining. Please fill out your survey, give us some feedback. It's been a pleasure to have everyone here, and thank you for supporting Liquitex Basics and Tim Marie.
Thanks, Jeannie. Now, one of the most important things of your painting is obviously signing your name. That is so important to me for all of my classes. So I'm going to go ahead and sign mine, Tim Marie. You can use whatever color you want. And my last name is gold, so I always have to put a little gold paint by my name. So yeah, Maddie, we can go ahead and change the camera, and I'll go ahead and kind of hold it like this so you can see it. But yes, at the end of class, I always like to say thank you so much for painting with me. It truly is an honor to paint for Michaels.com. I mean, I'm a huge Michaels shopper, and this Liquitex paint just makes everything so much easier with a paintbrush in hand. So anyway, the biggest compliment you can ever give me is to post it on your social media, tag me at Tim Marie, and don't forget to tag Michaels, and because it truly is a joy to see your work. So I think, Jeannie, sometimes we can have it where people can kind of show their art. We all know that your polka dots might not be done, but that's okay. It's the thought.
Give us a pick up some artwork, show us your art, show us your creations. We'd love to see it. I see some people are being a little bashful today. Share what you have. Okay, we got some people. All right. Very nice.
Okay, looks like is it Ampro? She's got hers. And Miss
Yeah, I see
and
Kim,
Kim, that's
okay.
looking good.
Wendy, and for, okay, yes.
These all look amazing, guys.
Miss Tripp. Wow, and it's great. So like I said, share with us, share with Timry, hashtag, tag Liquitex, Timry, Michaels, and we hope to see all of you again soon. In the meantime, I hope we get you into some Halloween fun and get you into the spirit of Halloween season. Be safe, be well, and I'm glad that you're all here to join us this evening. Thanks so much,
guys.
Timry.
Bye.